Our first guest is a lawyer, actress, model, and entrepreneur. Let's welcome Simona Mangiante Papadopoulos.
Hi, Trish.
How-
Hi, thanks for having me.
How are you today, Simona?
I'm very well. Very happy to be in New York, one of my favorite cities in the world.
All of us are all in agreement that this is the best city in the world.
I love it. The energy, the vibration is just, I love LA too, but New York is something like more energetic about it.
That's true. I think the vibration of New York and Los Angeles are completely opposite.
Yes, Los Angeles is more slow, easygoing, completely different lifestyle too.
So I've seen your name in the news. Your husband went to jail for lying under oath during the Russia probe, correct?
Well, yes.
Yes.
For misremembering a date.
Misremembering a day.
Which
Tell us more
resulted-
about that, please.
Well, I think it's just like it's well known now. The reason why I wrote a book about it, it was caught in this lie to the FBI, but it was pretty much a fabrication to justify the start of an investigation that resulted to come up in nothing. This is my personal reading of the entire story, at least as far as my husband is concerned. So I misremember the date in which he met this professor, and this was a lie. Think about having the FBI at home, coming to
I'm sure
you.
that was very scary for all of you.
Yes, and it's very easy to be caught in a contradiction when it's about this type of investigation. I'm a lawyer myself, so I've been interviewed by the FBI too concerning the case.
You're from Italy?
Yes, not
Yes.
Russian.
Did being a lawyer give you any kind of stability, pause, comfort when this all started going down?
Yes, it gave me an understanding of what was happening. Many people thought I was crazy to go to the interview without an attorney, but in the end,
Yeah, but you are an attorney.
yes,
Yeah, but a lot of times lawyers still hire lawyers,
exactly.
of course.
So I mean, it's really intimidating situation, and it's just like something you genuinely cooperate with because you think you're giving your contribution to the truth. And if it's a genuine process, nothing happened. But in some cases, it's not that genuine as you expect.
Simona, has this affected your career?
Yes, a lot.
And by proxy, because you were just interviewed, you never went to jail, you never did anything, it was your husband.
I was associated to that. I wasn't charged, I wasn't part of that, but I had a stigma which is probably bigger than a stigma in this country. I became a Russian spy.
Which in Europe is a
smearing-
big deal. You used to work for the European Parliament, that's correct.
Yes, the European Parliament. So they said, oh, look, this background is just like really weird, which is not. Many people who have similar background, they meet. It's just like happens to work in the same circles, but in the end, it's just like...
It's so American. You can become a Russian spy in America.
Yes,
It's so American.
I mean, we've been getting, because of the Cold War, et cetera, and especially because of Russia today, it's a hot button issue. When we hear Russia, we think of spies, we think of James Bond, we think of that type of stuff.
Exactly, and in my case, I'm not even a Russian. I mean, I always said if I was a Russian, a spy, why a Russian one? And also the professor that set George that delivered this information, right? The infamous professor who talked about the dirt on Hillary Clinton. It was Maltese professor connected to Western intelligence, but is characterized as a Russian agent because he was talking about that.
So anyway, enough of that.
Anyway,
You're an entrepreneur now.
Yes,
Let's talk about your swimwear line. And Trish had more questions about your entrepreneurship as well.
And you're also going to be working on a documentary, which I'm super
Yes.
excited to hear about.
I am actually in LA now for a year. I always say it's a story of resilience. I'm in part of a Hollywood production that is coming up soon. I'm working on a docuseries with my husband about what's to live under the pressure of an investigation, and I decided to create my own fashion line.
Awesome.
I used to work for other fashion brands, so at some point I decided to.
Well, you're also
give it
Italian.
some-
I mean, all the best fashion comes from Italy, of
exactly.
course. Yeah.
So I created this line called Agape by Simona. I started with swimsuits, and now I'm developing the line to also clothing. And Agape means in Greek, not in Italian, means love. I thought that amore.
But your husband is Italian. His last
My
name
husband is Greek.
He's Greek. You're
So
Italian.
I just, it's a tribute to our love story in a way because it's agape. I didn't use amore. Amore it's so,
Agape is love.
overused amore. So it's just like agape by Simona.
And how do you feel the documentary is going to help people understand what you went through?
I think that it will show the human side behind the news headline. So when you see
Wait, there's real humans involved in this? You're a person.
Yeah,
And you're
exactly.
still around after this scandal. I
Exactly.
think people don't think about that.
No, people are really have a tendency to dehumanize other people when they see them in a piece of news. We are relatively young people caught into something, as you said, in George's case, because of his work in the Trump campaign. In my case, by association, and just because I stood up for him when he could not talk. So, and also I became part of the case because I testified twice. And so the documentary will show me, for example, going to the Congress. There is a behind the scene of everything you see on the news. And that's just like something like interesting to show to people because I believe sometimes people have a misunderstanding about who we are and the amount of, for example, haters on social media. We're talking about the haters on social media. It's overwhelming when you think that they totally dehumanize you. You're already on your knees, and they keep attacking you. But now I always say it's a story of resilience. We are doing great. George is running for Congress. I'm an actress. I'm working in fashion. I'm build up my own fashion line. So we are in pretty good shape and we are happy.
Simona, we're out of time, but I do want to get a very quick take on this cancel culture because we have this. Once you're in a scandal, people are just done. How do you come back from something like this? What is your advice for other people who have fallen victim to cancel culture?
You have to build up on your strength and build a shield of like, I don't listen to anything. I focus on what I want to do. I am this person. You can portray me as you want. I'm here. I'm doing my acting. I'm doing my fashion line. I'm a docuseries. But you're a lawyer. You're weird. I am who I am, and I have passion in life, and I'm so attracted by creative world. So.
And as an entrepreneur, you have grit, and I think that grit has gotten you through this experience.
Totally.
Awesome. Well, Simona, thank you for taking the time to talk to us and all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was such a pleasure to be here. Thank you.